Hello there, I'm Graham Frost. You won't have heard of me, but I was a Borstal boy in the 1970s. Now when this coronavirus thing started happening a couple of weeks ago, it suddenly occurred to me, I wonder how I would have coped with being in Borstal during this crisis. So I thought, what can I do? What can I do to help young people who might find themselves detained, have their freedom taken away at the moment? So I thought I would make a short video for you. Some of the things that I did to cope when I was in Borstal, it involved having some kind of a routine. So I was quite lucky when I was in there in that I worked in the dining hall. Now I was in Her Majesty's Borstal Gaines Hall, which was in Huntingdonshire. It's no longer there, it's now a prison. But we used to sleep in dormitories that were made out of old Nissen huts, wartime Nissen huts, and this was in the 1970s, so it's a long time ago. And I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning and go and prepare the dining hall for breakfast. And I made sure that was the best dining hall it could possibly be. I'd worked in catering before I went into Borstal, and I worked in catering again afterwards when I came out. So I kind of got the hospitality thing. I used to keep myself clean and have a shave every couple of days. We used to have to anyway, because we used to have inspections and things like that. I don't know if they still do that sort of thing in young offenders institutions now, but there was a fair amount of discipline. One of the things I did wrong in there was I palled up with somebody who wasn't a very good influence, and I would strongly advise you to try and look for some positive role models while you're in Borstal or in a young offenders institution, and just try and look for somebody who you want to be like, rather than somebody you don't want to be like. And also, if it's at all possible, focus on what you are going to do when you get out. Now, I realise that some of you won't have a great deal to look forward to, but try and fix your mind on something positive. So really just wanted to give you a couple of ideas, just to let you know also that you might be in a young offenders institution, in prison. You might find yourself, not knowing what's going to happen from one day to the next at the moment. Kind of like we're all a bit like that. I'm only allowed to leave my house for an hour every day at the minute. It kind of brings it all back a little bit. So just know that there is somebody, at least one other person, who's thinking about you while you're incarcerated in there. And try and take one day at a time. Try and be a little bit positive if you possibly can. Find something to be positive about. It could just be that the sun shone that particular day, or somebody had a decent conversation with you. But try and find something to be positive about. At a time in your life when it's very easy not to. You really do have to find something to be positive about, and just put one foot in front of another and get through one day at a time. So if you think this has been any use to you, I really don't know if it is or not. I'm just trying to do something to help. If you can get some feedback back to me, I might even do another video in a couple of weeks' time. So thank you very much for listening, and just know that you are not alone. There's somebody else out here in the big wide world that's actually thinking about you guys, and indeed young ladies in there. Thank you.